Hello, everybody. It's Kevin. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of December 2020, and we have the last few weeks of the year. Happy to be here on this rather um, chilly day. I'm sure it's chilly everywhere. It's winter in the western part of the world and summer down there in the South Pacific. All right, so let me just get myself situated. Sorry, I pulled some cards in the traditional way today. Did a quick shuffle and let them fall as they would. No jumpers, no things popped out. Sometimes that happens. But what did happen was the Phoenix and came in as a challenger. Yes, it's upside down. This is what the Phoenix does, right side up. The description on the card is resurrection, surrender, and surrender to change. When it shows up as a challenger, it isn't the opposite. Some decks of cards, when you pull them, sort of talk in terms of the negative or the bad. And certainly in life, you have polar opposites. But I also think that's a human constraint. We can constrain ourselves and conflict ourselves by saying something is good or something is bad or something feels good or feels bad. But those two, I'm trying to look for the right word, constructs, values, are so subjective. I once took a course in rejection, and there was an exercise where everybody in the room formed two lines opposite each other, and based on absolutely no knowledge of the person in front, you had to rate them between 1 and 5 using your hand. 1 and then 5. And you didn't have any time to make a decision, which in some respects seems preposterous. How do you form an opinion on what you rate a person or a thing or a situation when there's really no time to consider things? Indeed, you want grey area and you want some subjectivity to it. Excuse me. But we do it a lot. Folks who want to hold on, which is what this card is about, and this message, folks that want to hold on tightly to something that they perceive to be good, create a not so good situation. And that's the sort of area that I think the Phoenix talks about is a challenge. There are changes that come up, and in this particular case today, this card and this message and this meditation is talking about endings. And there are many endings happening right now because things have been stuck in, I don't know what I want to call it, nowhere land, nothing land. And a lot of it has to do with some folks' inability to accept what's coming and being responsible for changing it, and other people just going with the flow and moving forward. There creates an inner conflict. Now we either just came out of or in the middle of another eclipse, Gemini eclipse is my understanding, which means that decisions being made are quick and fast, and from one moment to the next, there doesn't seem to be much sense to it. That, I think, can send some folks over the edge. How is it that one group over here makes a decision pretty quickly and goes with it and said, this is what we need to do? Another group over here, would be, well, no, now, wait a minute. There are times in your life where you have to make decisions and things have got to end. So the Phoenix message for all of you today: tie up the loose ends that finish up this year. Be responsible for ending things you should have been ending a long time ago. Reconcile, which is another way of saying give up. Reconciling is balancing, is understanding where those endings have got to take place, and then commit to it. Once you let go of something that should have been let go, you actually dissolve and blow up the fear that's connected with the change that's coming. These little whispers, you need to make some changes. I think Maya Angelou said in one of her quotes, if you don't like something, change it. You know, I listen a lot to people who complain about their hair and complain about the shape of it, and it's not this, it's not that, it's not the other thing, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not the other thing. And I want to say, what are you? You know what you're not, you know what isn't working, you know what you don't like, but what really will happen, what will make you happy? And that can be another fear. We can have this fear of being unbelievably happy. I know for the majority, there's a fear of being greater than what we really tell ourselves we are. It isn't that we're fearful of being great because we've done things that are great, amazing, marvelous, and we get accolades for it. It's that other people might not like us if we become greater. And there comes that word comparison. Comparing yourself with someone else, or comparing them with you, or assuming that what your experience is or what your experiences should be is what theirs should be, it's never a comfortable thing to do for anybody. So maybe that's what you give up. You end the comparison. You just accept everything about yourself as it is, and then become inspired or empowered. There's a difference. I love to be inspired by people, empowered by people. I like to understand conflicts of opinion because I learn. You know, talking to your critics, you learn where you can make changes. Understanding that critics are not critical of you personally, especially if they don't know you. They just have an opinion of what did or didn't occur for them. Anyway, time to meditate on change. As usual, big breath in. Release, let go, gently out. Ooh. Another one in. Release out. Third one in, all the way into the belly, into the heart, into the depth of you. Stir the pot, release out what does not need to be here. Ooh. Feet flat on the floor. Begin to start bringing your attention to your physical body and your environment. Let your mind settle and have the experience of your breath and what's connecting you to the physical earth. Your feet is one thing, your seat is another thing. And take a scan of your body from the inside of you and breathe in air and energy and healing and love and release and softness and compassion to your joints, especially the joints that feel tight. Your attention to your wrists and your fingers. Allow them to gently, easefully open. Breathe into the knuckles of your fingers and release the tension that has you holding on. Breathe into the knuckles that grip tight, the thumb knuckles. Feel a sense of surrendering on your exhale breath. Move into the area of your solar plexus, your belly and your heart. Fill your belly and your heart up with pure, clean, white energy. Exhale out the emotions, the gut feelings that don't serve you, don't work. Bring your attention up to your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Right below your ears, release the tension in the upper and lower jaw, that joint. Breathe relaxation into your forehead, the area behind your eyes and the front part of your skull. As you breathe in deeply, send healing, love, light, peace, understanding, relaxation to that whole area of your face. Relax and release all the frowning muscles. Relax and release all the pent-up frustration and anger. Now bring your entire attention to your whole body. Have the experience of peaceful tissues, peaceful muscles, relaxed skin. Allow your whole body to breathe in the gentle energy of satisfaction, balance, softness, joy, ease, pleasure. Just keep sitting, breathing, peace, ease, letting go. Thoughts enter your mind of things that need to change that you're holding on to. See the thought, acknowledge it, and let it go. Gently bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Acknowledge yourself. And claim this space as a space of change, as a space of embracing change. Welcoming change. Lift your thumb knuckles up between your third eye center, and together we bow and say, Namaste. After these meditations, perhaps during the day, you'll get thoughts. You raise the vibration first thing in the morning, and you claim the morning to empower the day. And then stuff bubbles up to the surface like a little reminder. Think of it as cleaning out, clearing out, emptying closets. When you're pulling things out of these cupboards, out of these hiding places, out of their emotional storage lockers, there's a mess. Things are all over the place. Doesn't seem tidy. In that clearing space, there's the old, what's been hiding in those cupboards, in those shelves, that represents past. Then we've got the clutter, and the clutter represents desire for difference, desire for movement, desire for change. It's in that clutter, it's in that pile of stuff that empowerment, enlightenment, joy, change really does occur. And then you shift to what's important and what you can take with you and what you can use and what you find value in. And anything and everything beyond it becomes discarded, donated, or literally discarded. So think about that as you move through the holidays, the holding on of things, thoughts of maybe resentment. And that doesn't mean to say you have to go through this pilgrimage of pleasing people or this feeling that you've got to make amends. If you feel like that's what you should do, then what you should do. But sometimes relationships have to end, especially when there's been a lot of personal growth. Accept the ending of it. Don't necessarily have to get into the debris of it. Just accept the ending of it. Be okay with it. And then separate your feelings of rejection, anything that has a unhelpful energy to it. Unhelpful being, how does that help? How does that assist? How does that move the needle forward? If it doesn't, then what's the point? All right. My friends, thank you so much for being with me this morning and listening to the message. Share it if you feel like somebody could use it. And we'll see each other tomorrow morning. Bye.